Alright, welcome in Stormgaters. This is another Stormgate cast. I'm Algorithmore, and this is Vincent VanGGod playing in the red Vanguard. Although, I should remind you, this is Isma. Isma, if you know Isma from the Discord or from Twitch. And his opponent today, this will be the FATALBUNNY. They are chatting. You may notice a little bit of chitter chatter going on there. They were giving a little shout out to JAYXP there, talking about how Jay has some good micro. And yes, he does. If you're watching Jay, shout out. Hey, how you doing? This will be a Vanguard versus Infernal. We're playing on Broken Crown here. You can see that they've both opened with a little bit of an eco start. They're both already on 2 bases, and Vincent is already off making his 3rd command post. Will we see a 3rd base come out of the Fatal Bunny? Fatal Bunny has sent a Brute across, not transforming it into a Fiend, or 2 Fiends I should say. That is a way to get a little quicker scout in, but just sending the Brute's not that much slower, and then you got a Brute. And now, so the Brute, you know, has to run away anyways, and technically the Lancer could probably chase him down. I think the Lancer's a little quicker. Are they talking about another game? I don't know. I am not paying attention, because I am paying attention at this game. I cannot pay attention to 2 games at once, even when I am not even playing the game. This may be the good old-fashioned chat micro, or the chat strat, where you chat your opponent, and hopefully, while you're chatting with them, they get off their build and mess up in some way. We see here that Fatal Bunny is going double upgrades structures here. Ritual before the Hellforge. That means we're going to be looking at the Gaunt upgrades before we kick into the Infernal Fury. That's pretty standard.
Detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
As far as the meta goes these days, that is pretty standard build. And we've got the 3rd base going down for the Fatal Bunny. That's just because the Soulbrand Chakrams really are what make the Gaunts worthwhile.
A Stormgate has appeared.
It's a cheaper research and it is faster to complete. So getting it out right away, as we can see here, it's going to be almost finished, and our Infernal Fury is only just a smidgen away, and it's a much longer upgrade. What's going on our Stormgate up here? We had a bunker. They bunker rushed the Stormgate. That really comes at no cost. You think, well, I got to build that. You can just sell that again later. Might see that happening. Only real cost is running your servos across, but if you got lots of servos anyways. What do we have here? Our Shadow Mark. There is a lot of good production buildings here that you can use. Now this does boost production speed, so now where are you going with your Shadow Mark? You're supposed to, yeah, zippity doo dah back. Get that Shadow Mark on all this goodies. Boom. Does it hit every building? Okay, not quite hitting the barracks in the back. It hits the Biokinetics lab, but increased construction speed, production speed, and recharge rate. I'm not sure if that counts. Upgrade rate, I don't think so. It'd be really cool if somebody knows the details on that, maybe tested it out in game. Does it boost the speed of your upgrades? Because if it does boost upgrade speeds, I think that makes you know, putting your Shadow Mark on your upgrade buildings really, really clutch. Now look at this. Vincent is the Vanguard God, but he is also right now the Lancer God. Nope, that he's brought some exos. He wants to just mix it up a wee bit, adding a few exos in the back. Well, it's a ton of Lancers, and look at these Lancers take down the supply, the tribute pyres. A few up at the top there trying to get some action, but this was actually really good harass, taking out 3 different supply buildings. That's not enough to supply block the Fatal Bunny, as those were mostly static D in terms of what they were placed down for. So they kind of did their job. And now the Lancers are doing their job, which is standing in the front. Wow, they chewed through the Brutes, which means it's just the Gaunts, and the Gaunts are just too squishy. They have to pull back, try and get some Brutes in front of them, and they do. A few Brutes pop out. They do have the charge now, as we saw. But there's too much here from the Vincent VanGGod, and he's pushing right into the base now. Up the ramp, but deciding not to get too overstrung there, too out of position. Oh, takes out a vault. I kind of like this. This is, you know, oh, we get very good flame on imps come in. Actually, really nice connections there. I was gonna say this could be the end, but the flame on imps really helped there.
Will activate soon.
And now the Gaunts can come with all these weaker bio. The Gaunts are able to kind of take them out. And we notice that the front line of Lancers is gone now. The Lancers really kill Gaunts. Gaunts versus Exo, that's not as bad a matchup. And for now, it looks like the Fatal Bunny's holding on. Vincent VanGGod won't win the game here, at least. Although there is a Stormgate in the middle. I think Vincent could send some rallies to the Stormgate, and it looks like he has, or at least a few are taking swipes on their way by. But Fatal Bunny actually is doing a great job to hold this as best he can with these Gaunts. His Gaunt force has stayed pretty large, and that's allowed him to still do good enough damage to the Lancers and the Exos there to take them out. And once again, one or two Brutes in the front doing the tanking, so those Gaunts can sit there and throw down their chakrams for, you know, a few rounds of attacks. Maybe pick off another Lancer or two. Although we have been seeing a stream of units coming in from Vincent. It's just a constant battle here. Once again, a lot of Lancers showing up, and that's actually a good choice. It's a little bit of a tech switch, if you want to call it that. This base is gone. But just by switching back to the Lancers, that makes them more, you know, a better force to attack the Gaunts, which has been the main force that has been brought forth by Fatal Bunny so far. Now, will he be able to get this in time? I think so. There's a lot of DPS in a Bioforce. And yeah, it doesn't look like there's any question anymore. We're going to pop out. What are we going to get? This is Tier 2 Stormgate. Claimed late because of all that engage. We got, oh, Necrolusks. Oh, Necrolusks. They could take out these Tribute Pyres here. Going in, fighting the Gremlins. Actually, they don't need Necrolusks to take out the Pyres. They're just going to be taken out. But here come the Necrolusks. Uh-oh, no, no, no. Oh, the Brutes get on them. They're like, no, we don't want to fight them. The poor Gaunts. Oh, splash so much. Okay, they didn't take all of them. But at the same time, okay, I didn't notice at the top there was Flame on Imps going, and there was a bunch of explosions going on there. Holy moly. Wow. Everyone was exploding in that battle. And that means Fatal Bunny actually won out on, in terms of the army count, is feeling like he could chase across the map, but then makes a second guess on that and says, maybe I should go back. Putting up the Tribute Pyres again, transferring more workers over back to Therium. And I'm sure droning up real quick here. Actually looking pretty good for Fatal Bunny in terms of just recovering from that attack. But nonetheless, still down a bit on the supply. The Necrolust maybe did get enough damage done. The Stormgate in an advantageous spot for Vincent, but he's going all the way around the outside. This is good strategy. I think he knows the army's like over here, so he's going to get a lot of... Oh, Flame-Ons! Taking out a lot of Lancers there. Maybe a half dozen Lancers go down to the Flame-On Imps. That means that this army can't really take Fatal Bunny's army. At least not toe-to-toe. More rallying units trying to catch up. We see like a lot of the units here are in rally. So even though there's a supply lead for Vincent, it wasn't all in this ball. And now he's deciding to go for Stormgate number 3. And maybe it'll be the Stormgate number 3 prize that wins the day. Remember, we did get that shadow mark off that first one, and that's just going to be helping those production here. That's been a long time running for that shadow mark, so could be part of the reason why Vincent's got a little bit of a supply lead here. Is, of course, you need the income to support that. And what do we get out of Tier 3? We get the big old deep one. Deep one, baby. I didn't quite notice this before, but the deep one walks over the other units kind of like a weaver. So it's not colliding with the other units. And where are we headed? We're just going to camp out over here for a second. Looks like maybe Vincent's just going to try and get this base up before he goes out and uses that deep one to finish. I assume that's what's going to happen here. You got the deep one. Oh, and he's adding mech now. We see some hedgehogs and our first Vulcan. It's possible Vincent just wants to get up to capped out. Where's our army here? Brutes. Only thing we really added other than our brute gaunt mix is 3 Hellborn here. Hellborn are good. There's a 4th one. It's around this number 3 or 4 that they start one-shotting, I think, Lancers and Exos. They probably one-shot Exos before that. But once you get them to that, the healing and some of the other resiliency mechanics for the Vanguard stop being so effective. But here we go. Deep one's here. Flame on imps. Ay ay ay. Wow. Those things run for a long time. But a really nice splits here from Vincent. Are there any imps left? No. So now we're just stuck on the ramp. That's not great. At least the bio ball is pretty effective when it's balled up like that in a small bit. But there's a really nice concave for Fatal Bunny on the top. However, the front line for Fatal Bunny is mowed down.
A Stormgate will activate soon.
It was really the Vulcan sitting there that did a lot of the work, which was really helpful for Vincent. Now this base goes down. More Flame-Ons coming from the low ground. Ooh, impacting on the Exos.
A Stormgate.
Oh, sacrificing the servos into the Flame Imps. Real nice macro there. And I think this might be the punishing end. It's slow and it's painful. But here comes Vincent. His deep one. His bio ball. Poor gremlins can't even get up to do anything. In come the imps. Oh, really nice contact. Oh. I keep saying this, but those imps just keep coming in and doing more damage. Getting that efficient trades. We have a dragon up above still. That could also be a key to a turnaround here. And we've got a little bit of a flank kind of surround going on here. No. Who was trapping who? Who was trapping who? The deep one might go down. No, the deep one stays up. Hellborn now being chased down. Certainly now it's got to be that. Wait, more Flame-Ons in. I've said it before. Wow, nice impacts on the Exos. Another round of Brutes show up too, but so does another round of Vulcans. Deep one finally goes down, but underneath the deep one there are 7 Vulcans. And they're just with the jump jets in. There's still the dragon above, but there are enough Exos here. Vulcans going down. Like I said, those Hellborn. But there you go, says Fatal Bunny. Probably a callback to the earlier chat they were having. Is that a GG from the Fatal Bunny? See how easy it is when you play like JAYXP. There you go. Another shout out to Jay. And there we finally get the GG from Fatal Bunny.